Yes, ladies, the stage is yours.
Lovely, thank you. Sounds like everyone can hear us? Yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Hi, wonderful to be here. So my name is Mia, I'm the other one. So we're Mia Holmsen, Fanny Hansen, we're the co-founders of YouSustain. Yeah, good. So, a little bit about us. So we work in sustainability reporting. So once upon a time we met a couple of years ago when we worked as sustainability consultants for a larger consulting house. So what we saw when we worked with companies and their sustainability reporting, for the most part, is kind of like, you know, they kind of dump a bunch of data on you and then you come back to them with a nice and shiny report. Then what we saw was that the same companies came back year after year and nothing had really happened, and that makes reporting really boring. So we're like, what are these companies missing? Yes, they're missing internal capabilities. So that's what YouSustain really is, because we saw that companies really need more skills in-house when it comes to sustainability reporting so they can actually become sustainable. So what we now then do is that we do some tailored training programs for companies. So essentially go into the companies and see what is the gap in knowledge, and then try to fill those gaps through workshops. And we also do that through our online platform, that we'll talk a little bit about later. And we do also like one-on-one coaching, because being, for example, head of sustainability in a company can be a very lonely job, because it's usually just placed on one person. So we're basically a sparring partner that they can come and chat to about their challenges and get some progress. And we also work in recruitment assistance, so essentially getting the right capabilities in-house, because when a company that don't have sustainability department, for example, want to hire someone, they don't necessarily know what to look for, so we can also help in the process of actually getting the right skills in-house. And then we also do a little bit of consulting on the side, kind of to keep ourselves fresh. So we kind of cover, all of these fun abbreviations that are reporting frameworks, everything from carbon accounting to sustainability report writing, climate risk analysis, nature risk analysis, all that fun stuff. And then we also have our online course platform called YouSustain Academy, and this is also kind of to try and lower the bar for companies. So essentially you can buy like a course package. So for example, if you would like to learn how to do carbon accounting, we have a course on that, also climate risk assessment. And this is kind of like in a continuing process to get these courses up and running, to kind of get a more budget-friendly way for companies that might not be so big to actually get the knowledge that they need to actually succeed with their reporting. Yes, so who can tell me what these are examples of?
Greenwashing.
Very good, 10 points. So these are some examples of greenwashing, and essentially this is what sustainability has been for a very long time. It has been marketing, and it looks very nice, but I think over half of these have been through some legal process, because it turns out that it wasn't entirely accurate. And this is what sustainability essentially has been. So this quote is actually based on a real conversation I had with someone working in the marketing team of a very well-known, very large company, where they essentially were gonna launch a new product, and they said, just slap a green label on it, it will be cheaper. Turns out, not ideal. So, the good old European Union, they went, hold my beer, and, did anyone get that reference? Anyways. Essentially, they were like, this is not entirely great. They found out that approximately, I believe it was, so that 85% of all green claims that are made by companies are not, it's not spot on. It's for the most part marketing and is not much rooted in reality. So that brings us to this wonderful timeline here. So you might remember in 2019, the EU Green Deal, basically a bunch of people in suits shook hands and congratulated themselves on this wonderful victory. And then we didn't really hear that much. But it has been happening a lot of stuff back end. So that essentially happened here, and then we move on to a lot of fun legislation that is coming up. So who's familiar with CSRD? Yeah, that is the big reporting beast that will be coming now very, very soon, very exciting. We will also get CSDDD, the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, essentially requiring companies to have a bit of an overview of what's happening in their value chains. And then we also have, we have the first group of CSRD that's starting in 2025, And then we also have the ECGT, or the Directive for Empowering Consumers for the Green Transition, aka the Greenwashing Directive. This essentially means that companies can't really greenwash anymore. If they want to make a sustainability claim, they need the receipts, and they also need to get that verified. So what does that actually mean for a company going into, wanting to innovate and, maybe make some money in the process?
Well, that sort of brings us on in this presentation, and that is mainly this lovely quote from the EU, where a systematic and forward-looking research and innovation strategy is crucial to be a more productive and green economy. And this is really what the Green Deal is all about. So the Green Deal, as Mia said, they shook some lovely hands and they created this lovely plan over the course of a lot of years and a lot of reporting. But it's not essentially the reporting that is the main goal here. It's really to bring the new green transition going. So what the EU did was they made this lovely Green Deal industrial plan. And what they have seen mostly is that they are lacking a ton of skills. They have all these lovely ideas, but how are we really going to get there? Well, we need to get people in. And to do that, they have actually said that by doing the green transition could create up to 1 million additional jobs in the EU. They've also said that they are funding investments of 65 billion euros to actually get this going. So if you are a company that's going to start up, you are a tech company, you are a startup, this is how you will get the funding for your next product. You just go to the EU Commission and say, I will be part of this, I will help you reach your goal. Well, they will help you. So this is a really great way for startups as well to actually help with this transition going along. So it's not just making new tech and everything is wonderful and then you go and sell it to an oil company and then we have it back going. So we need to make these changes. And then we also, of course, have the labour shortages that I mentioned in the sectors. And they have actually seen that 50% of the skills that we need are lacking. So that's why we really, really need this deal and also all the reporting that goes along with it. So what you see here on this lovely columns are the governance and capability building of the EU. And they are really saying on this blue one here that research and innovation is one of the key pillars to making this transition happen. And as I said, for a startup, it's great. It's all the tech that comes in and can be specifically fitted into this one pillar. And especially they mention the SMEs, they want to startups and they want new companies to come in and really help innovate. But essentially, you can actually fit into all of these categories. It's not just the research and innovation, you also have the climate action and emission reduction. We need systems to actually make this reporting happen. You all need carbon accounting and stuff like that. And how is that going to happen if you don't have the resources and the technology to actually report on it? And then you also have the environment and circular economy where you contribute, skills and education training, like some people talked about, greening public and private finances, and then actually the just transition. So all of these actually need technological, we need to expand on all of these, not just research and innovation, but I wanted to highlight that one specifically because we're talking about tech today. So today we basically have the green economy all the way up here, and then we have the technological solutions all the way down here. But by making these solutions, we can lessen the administrative burdens that Mia talked about. We have all of these reporting and no one really knows exactly what to do. And we also need the automation of these processes. Today, we have worked as consultants for many, many years, and you wouldn't think the way that we see these large stock-listed companies sending an email to another person, and then that person needs to send it to that person. There was an Excel sheet, and that was lost a long time ago. Like, we have no idea where the data is coming from, and they don't even know. And I'm like, how do you make money if you can't really track an email? So it's so the automation of these processes, that's also what needs these advantages. And also, of course, closing the skills gap that we already see. And then by streamlining all of these things for the requirements. Because previously, sustainability reporting was just lovely and it was, hip to do some sustainability reporting. But now, actually, if you don't comply with these, over time, you will have to give away 12% of your income as a fine. So this is not just some fancy new, oh, it's really nice, let's put a green label on it. If you do, then there will be sanctions and there will be consequences. They're actually streamlining the financial reporting with sustainability reporting, and that's why this needs to be taken seriously. So by actually closing these gaps, we can find that the technological solutions and the green economy will align, and that is where we will make the money. Because we all also want to make money. We saw a lot of people in these QR codes saying, why do you work? Well, money, and this is a really good way to do it. So by moving from the green claims to the green solution, we can make these changes together. But like Mia said, the green marketing, that's not really what we do anymore. And we need to make our claims documented. We need to make them quantified and quantifiable and verifiable. And then also we need to be transparent. It's not the same to say that we make a product that creates a green solution if the product itself is not green. So that's really two different things. And if we can do all of this together, then we will have a financial viable solution. So we made this really short, but that was what we had to do today. So please stay in touch, follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram, and keep in touch. Thank you.